Hello my friends, I am so excited to bring you another Pinterest Busters. Now the last one was so successful, everybody seemed to really enjoy it when I busted the myth of lengthening your eyelashes with baby powder. And I got some really interesting comments on that, people telling me about, that I probably should have closed my eye. Yes, you're right. That I probably shouldn't have put baby powder next to my eye in the first place. Again, you're right. But it was a lot of fun to bust that myth. So I have another one for you and we will see whether it works or not. And here it is, my friends. It is creating your own nail polish shade using eyeshadow. Yes, you heard it right, using eyeshadow, taking a clear nail polish, sticking some eyeshadow in it, spinning it all around, and seeing if you can make your own custom color. So we are going to see if that actually works today. Okay, so here's what we're doing, alright? I have this Z palette that I keep random eyeshadows that I don't use for whatever random reason, I guess for Pinterest Busters. So there is my depotted CoverGirl eyeshadow. It's old. I don't like it. I will never use it. So I'm going to turn it into a nail polish. Then I have this Sally Hansen Nail Growth clear nail polish. This is not a top coat. This is a clear nail polish. We're going to mix those two bad boys together and see if we can make some magic happen. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and follow these instructions here. Alright, it says to take out the eyeshadow you want to use and scrape it out of the container. It says use multiple colors. I'm just going to use the one. And let's get this eyeshadow out of here. Oh, whoa. Holy moly. That wasn't hard. That turned out super green coming out, didn't it? Alright. Little lighting change there so you can really see that color. Alright. Crush it up in a powder form. Okay, it said empty a small amount of the clear nail polish so you have room for the eyeshadow powder. Okay, I already did that. Place your funnel on the top and add the color into the bottle. Alright, so I don't see how this color is going to get into this little bottle here. So I figured what I would do is this works for cakes. Maybe it'll work for eyeshadow. So I have an icing tip in the bag, and then I'm going to cut this and see if I can get it into the tube. Let me pull this up a little bit so you can see this process here. Okay, and I'm going to take one shot at this, so hopefully I do okay. Here we go. Make sure this is recording because I don't got another shot if this doesn't work. Alright. Make sure that it's out of the way. Okay, and let's see if we can get this eyeshadow in here. Okay, a little bit's in. It's very hard to get out. This is definitely messy. Ah, it's getting everywhere! It's definitely mostly falling on the plate though. As you can see, a lot fell on the plate. But let's see what we've got to work with, and let's just keep going and we'll see what happens. So let's take this funnel out. Okay, next step is to use a toothpick to mix the color up into the bottle. Here's the progress. Okay, I don't know. It's looking pretty good over here. Okay, and now put the top on. That's how it's looking so far. Okay, let's give it a shake. I don't know. It's looking kind of cool there. Shake it up some more. Wow. That might actually be working. Okay, so that's how it's looking so far. Okay, I'm going to remove some nail polish and see if we can see what this stuff looks like. Alright, so I cleaned the polish off 2 nails. Let's see how this stuff works. Very sheer. Very, very sheer. But the color's there. Alright, so that's definitely not going to work for opacity. We're going to have to get some more of this shadow in here. It looks cool, but it's way too sheer. Alright, I'm just going to do my best to get the rest of them. I'm going to repeat this baggy process and try to get more of that shadow in there. Okay, so I've pretty much got as much eyeshadow in there as I could, and this is what I've got as far as color goes. Okay, as you can see, I've made a huge mess all over my hands, my desk, everything is a hot mess. Let's shake it up real good and let's try the final test. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So that's the first coat. This might actually work. Well, I have the very, very sheer coat. I'm not counting that one. We'll let that dry and we'll come back for the second coat. Okay, for sanity's sake, I've washed my hands. It's been about 5-7 minutes. I like to wait a while between my coats. Let's go ahead and do coat number 2. Whoa, that's too thick. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute here. That is some serious pigmentation. that's some decent opacity. If I had been able to get all of this shadow in, then it would be even better, I'm sure. But, I mean, I spilled a ton of it. So, that's looking really good. Let's let it dry one more time and let's do a third coat. Alright, so we're back for coat number 3. Okay, and this will be the final coat because I don't ever put more than 3 coats on. Oh, still too much. I mean, it looks gorgeous on the brush. I think this is going to work. Look at that. That is crazy. And I didn't even get all the eyeshadow into the bottle. So if I had been able to get more eyeshadow into the bottle, it would have been even more pigmented than that. That is cool. So this is very exciting. This is a Pinterest Busters win. It is not a fail. It is a total win. This actually worked. When you can create your own custom nail colors with eyeshadow and clear nail polish. How cool is that? Now, is this cost effective? No, because you're still going to have to pay the same price for a clear nail polish that you would have to pay for a colored nail polish. Plus, you're paying for the eyeshadow unless it's something you would have thrown away anyway. Is it fun? Maybe. For me, it kind of was. Is it messy? Yes. But it's really cool to be able to make your own color. If you happen to have an eyeshadow you really like, or if you see at the dollar store some eyeshadow and maybe even some nail polish, you might be able to make a really cool color, just whatever color you like. I mean, how awesome is that? So, yeah, definitely try it out. Let me know if you do. Let me know what color you make. I've always wanted to name a nail polish. So this is my own custom Sally Hansen nail color, and I'm going to dedicate this to my students, and I'm going to call this Tell Me a Story. I hope you enjoyed that, Pinterest Busters. If you would like a pin busted, send me a link through my YouTube account. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button down below, and if you want to see more videos like this and other of my videos, please hit the subscribe button right there. Alright, mad love, and I will see you and tell you a story in the next video. Bye! Yay! Yay for nail polish wins! Woo! This is exciting! Oh, I'm getting powder. Oh my goodness, this is not bright.